Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in life we are often told stories where the heroine waits for her prince, where love completes her, and where her journey revolves around someone else's approval. But let me tell you something, real life is not a Bollywood movie with slow motion entries and background music. A high-value woman doesn't wait to be saved. She is the story, the lead, and the force that drives her own destiny. Being your own heroine means embracing your individuality, your ambition, and your dreams without seeking validation from anyone else. It's about knowing that your worth isn't defined by who loves you, but by how much you love and respect yourself. You are not a supporting character in someone else's narrative. You are the director, the writer, and the star of your own film. And trust me, when you start seeing yourself that way, the world starts seeing you that way too. Too often, we are conditioned to believe that success, leadership, or ambition are qualities best suited for men, while women are expected to be gentle, compromising, and self-sacrificing. But history has shown us otherwise. From scientists like Marie Curie to business leaders like Indra Nooyi, from artists like Frida Kahlo to athletes like Serena Williams, women who dared to be their own heroines changed the world. Not because someone gave them permission, but because they gave themselves the right to dream and work towards those dreams. The second step is self-sufficiency. A high-value woman does not depend on others to define her happiness or success. Financial independence, emotional resilience, and intellectual growth should be priorities. Learn new skills, invest in yourself, and never stop evolving. Be the kind of woman who can walk into any room with confidence, knowing that her presence is valuable, not because of the way she looks, but because of the knowledge, grace, and power she carries within her. And then there's self-respect. A heroine doesn't beg for love, attention, or acceptance. She knows that the right people will recognize her worth, and she never settles for less than she deserves. Whether in relationships, career, or friendships, a high-value woman sets standards, but in self-awareness. She understands that saying no is just as important as saying yes, and that protecting her peace is a priority, not a privilege. Of course, being your own heroine doesn't mean you have to walk alone. It means you choose your companions wisely. You don't chase relationships to fill a void. Instead, you allow love, friendships, and partnerships to complement the strong, complete person you already are. When love comes, it is a bonus, not a necessity. So, no, be bold, be fearless, be the kind of woman who doesn't wait for life to happen to her. She goes out and makes it happen. Because in the end, the most beautiful love story you will ever have is the one you write for yourself. And trust me, that's a blockbuster worth watching. In a world where power is often measured by dominance, wealth, or status, we sometimes forget that the greatest strength lies in something far simpler: kindness. A high-value woman doesn't need to prove her worth through arrogance or competition. She leads with grace, compassion, and a heart that lifts others up. True beauty isn't just about appearance. It's about the energy you bring into a room, the warmth in your words, and the way you make others feel in your presence. And that, my friends, is the kind of power that never fades. Kindness is often mistaken for weakness, but the truth is, it takes immense strength to be kind in a world that can be harsh. It's easy to be defensive, to build walls, and to respond to negativity with more negativity. But a high-value woman understands that real confidence isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about knowing when to be gentle, when to listen, and when to extend a hand instead of pointing a finger. One of the most attractive qualities in a person is their ability to make others feel seen, heard, and valued. A woman who carries kindness in her heart doesn't just win admiration, she earns deep, meaningful respect. People remember how you make them feel, and kindness has a way of leaving an impression that lasts far longer than beauty or status. Whether it's offering words of encouragement, helping someone without expecting anything in return, or simply treating everyone with the same respect regardless of who they are, these small acts of kindness define a person's true worth. But let's be clear, being kind does not mean allowing others to take advantage of you. A high-value woman knows the balance between being compassionate and setting boundaries. She understands that kindness does not mean saying yes to everything or tolerating disrespect. In fact, one of the most important aspects of kindness is being kind to yourself. This means knowing when to walk away from toxic situations, protecting your peace, and treating yourself with the same patience and love you offer to others. Kindness also extends beyond personal interactions. A high-value woman contributes to the world in ways that create positive change. Whether it's through mentorship, charity, or simply using her voice to uplift those who cannot speak for themselves. She understands that her success is most meaningful when it helps others rise too. And here's the secret: kindness is magnetic. It attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right kind of love. A woman who carries kindness in her soul doesn't need to chase validation, because she radiates something far more valuable: genuine warmth and authenticity. So if you want to be truly unforgettable, don't just focus on being beautiful or successful. Be kind. Because confidence may catch attention, but kindness wins hearts. And in the end, that is the kind of power that never goes out of style.